Welcome to this explainer. Today we're unpacking the official documentation of the Larissa Network. We're going to see exactly how its blockchain, storage, and tokenomics all interlock to build a truly decentralized Web3 ecosystem. It's a pretty fascinating look at how modern networks are literally trying to fundamentally rewire the internet's infrastructure.
But before we get into the technical weeds, let's frame why this actually matters. Think about a real-world problem we all face. Right now, almost all of our data sits on centralized servers owned by a few massive tech giants. You know the ones. This leads to super high costs, dangerous single points of failure, and, obviously, major privacy concerns. Well, the Larissa Network proposes a radically different approach. We're talking about a system where cloud infrastructure is decentralized, highly secure, and get this, up to 80% cheaper. So, here is the game plan for today. We're going to cover 1. The Larissa Blockchain Foundation, 2. Silo Decentralized Cloud Storage, 3. Powering the network with LRS nodes, 4. LRS tokenomics and rewards, 5. DeFi and cross-chain bridging, and finally, 6. The LRSNode DAO membership. Let's dive in. Let's kick things off with Section 1, the Larissa Blockchain Foundation, the absolute bedrock of the ecosystem. Larissa uniquely combines the battle-tested security of traditional proof-of-work mining with modern EVM compatibility. This is actually a huge deal because developers don't have to learn some brand new coding language here. They can literally just port over their existing Ethereum applications to harness Larissa's lightning-fast 10 to 11 second block times and seriously low gas fees. It's kind of the best of both worlds.
And looking at their timeline, the developers are executing a very precise chronological roadmap. Phase 1 and 2, the foundation and mainnet, are already live. And now they're actively rolling out Phase 3 and 4, bringing in advanced integrations like NFT marketplaces, silo decentralized storage, and extensive DeFi protocols. They are actively expanding the network's utility at every single step. Moving right along to Section 2, silo decentralized cloud storage, which acts as the public library of the network. Now, the absolute key to Silo actually getting adopted by real enterprises is its S3 compatibility. If you're a business currently using Amazon Web Services, migrating over is completely frictionless. You don't have to rewrite your entire backend code. You simply point your existing cloud tools to this new decentralized endpoint. It is genuinely that easy. By leveraging the interplanetary file system and a massive global network of storage capacity, Silo aims to offer enterprise-grade storage at up to 80% less than traditional giants like AWS. 80%! That is a massive, immediate economic incentive for developers and businesses to pack up and migrate their data. Plus, this design inherently builds a completely trustless system. Your files aren't just sitting intact on some vulnerable corporate server. Instead, they're encrypted, end-to-end, uploaded, fractured into tiny little pieces, and scattered globally. It's incredibly secure because no single node ever holds your complete file. It's like a giant encrypted puzzle.
Okay, Section 3, powering the network with LRS nodes. So to run the official node software and earn rewards for securing the network, operators have to purchase a license key. The documentation outlines 2 specific entry tiers, which essentially act as a buy-in. A light node costs the equivalent of $99 in LRS tokens for about a 6-month license, while a pro node is $350 in LRS for a 2-year license. It's a really clever way to ensure that only serious committed participants are holding the keys to the city's infrastructure.
Which brings us perfectly to Section 4, LRS tokenomics and rewards, essentially the local economy.
Every single block reward is meticulously balanced among the participants, keeping the network alive. You've got 47% going to traditional proof-of-work miners, 25% to silo storage nodes, 18% to stakers, 7% to LRS node operators, and finally 3% to liquidity farming. Basically, every single type of contribution gets recognized and rewarded.
And to control inflation and add long-term sustainability to the token's value, the ecosystem enforces a really strict emission schedule. The block reward pool actually shrinks by 0.62% every single week. This predictable, deflationary curve is designed specifically to reward early adopters while protecting the whole network's economy as it scales up over the years.
Next up, Section 5, DeFi and cross-chain bridging. Using a highly secure lock and mint mechanism, the Larissa Bridge allows for super fluid movement of assets between Larissa and major networks like Ethereum, Polygon, and the Binance Smart Chain. It supports native LRS, wrapped LRS, and even stablecoins like USDT and USDC. And what's genuinely impressive for the user experience here is that these cross-chain transactions require just 5 block confirmations to process. That is insanely fast. Now, what if you want passive participation without setting up hardware or running full nodes? Well, the network offers flexible staking. With a minimum entry of 100,000 LRS tokens, you can stake your assets with the absolute freedom to unstake at any time, by the way, and you earn a portion of that dedicated 18% block reward allocation we just talked about.
Finally, Section 6, the LRSNode DAO membership.
Okay, here is the ultimate Web3 differentiator. The revenue from those $99 and $350 node licenses we mentioned earlier, it doesn't get siphoned off by some centralized corporation. No way. 100% of that revenue flows directly into the community DAO treasury. The community literally owns the revenue.
And to gamify and distribute those treasury funds, the network uses an awesome NFT membership system. Users can mint NFTs starting at 500 LRS with the price going up in batches, which actually grants them varying tiers of monthly profit sharing from the DAO. For example, grabbing a level 3 Tiger NFT gives you a solid 10% profit share from the pool, plus 8 bonus LRSN. It's a highly engaging way to redistribute the network's revenue right back to the active participants.
So, when you zoom out, we are looking at a fundamental paradigm shift. On one side, you have the old model, centralized infrastructure, corporate-owned servers, where costs are sky-high, and let's be honest, you are the product. But on the other side, you have the Larissa Web3 ecosystem, community-owned nodes, radically slashed storage costs, and a network that actually shares its profits with you.
The official documentation actually summarizes its own ethos beautifully with this exact quote. It perfectly highlights how this whole ecosystem is built around empowering users to finally take ownership of the infrastructure they rely on every single day.
So I'll leave you with this final thought to consider as we wrap up today's explainer. With enterprise-grade decentralization now this accessible and offering up to 80% cost reductions alongside community profit sharing, is traditional cloud infrastructure officially becoming obsolete? How long will the old centralized models truly last? Thank you so much for joining me to explore the mechanics behind the Larissa Network. I hope this deep dive has sparked your curiosity about the true potential of a decentralized web.